Hello, my name is Alisa. Thank you for joining me for a presentation of the portfolio project of my final course at CSU Global. I am proud to present to you a business intelligence project for ABC Group, a mobile applications development company based in the United States. For the best experience, I ask you to please open the accompanying PowerPoint presentation and follow along. Now, let's get started. To follow along, please click over to slide 2. According to a 2019 study of branded apps, launching a mobile app that is directly tied to your company's brand and purpose increases your company's value. It is important to note that the app's features and functionality are an important determination factor. In other words, a well-designed, functional, and useful branded app is an asset to the company. This is where ABC Group comes in. ABC Group develops branded mobile applications based on business requirements provided by their clients to ensure the development of functional tools and features, robust data capture, and integration with the client's existing systems. ABC Group also provides maintenance services when updates to the app are needed after the initial launch. ABC Group's clientele consists of companies in a variety of industries. With so many industries seeking to create apps for their brands, it is critically important to have a tool set that will evaluate the competition in the mobile app market. Let's click over to the next slide. The first step in the planning phase of this project is to identify the stakeholders. We have the Chief Operations Officer who will ensure these tools fit the current business model, Chief Financial Officer who will be helping out with the budget, and the database administrators who will be confirming that the data flow works for them. We also need buy-in from the application's developers and business intelligence analysts who will be using these tools. Now, understanding the mobile app development process was key to finding the right tools for ABC Group. First, we have the initial conversation, which kicks off the introduction to the app idea. Then, we acquire the business requirements to define our goals, followed by a competitive audit to derive and run data for analysis. Next is the user feedback phase, in which we test the application. And lastly, we must review our goals to ensure all requirements are met. Next slide, please. Now that we have an understanding of ABC Group's process, let's move forward by identifying the analytical toolset we need. A critical phase of each mobile application development project is to have a deep and thorough understanding of the competition. Analyzing existing apps and overall app market is a critical step before proceeding with any project. ABC Group must have robust business intelligence tools to ensure their clients know what they're up against in the mobile app market. ABC Group will need enterprise-scale software that can perform statistical analyses on data scraped from Google Play Store's API. Here are the business intelligence tools I propose to get the job done. The first one is SAS, which stands for Statistical Analysis System. This system handles complex statistical analyses. You can build and run statistical models, export visualizations for reports, and import huge data sets. Next, I propose using Tableau to create client-facing visualizations. It is colorful, interactive, and user-friendly. The cloud-based version makes reports and dashboards accessible and interactive. Tableau refreshes data sources on a schedule or in real time if you choose. It can connect to spreadsheets, on-premises databases, and the cloud like AWS and Azure. Let's move on. Next slide, please. Now, let's take a look at a data flow diagram for Tableau and SAS. Both are pretty similar in that you could connect many different types of data storages, like databases and Excel, to import information into the software. Once the data is imported, the magic can happen. Run your analyses in SAS and create your visualizations in Tableau. Once you're done, it's time to export your final products. With SAS, you can export result sets to Word documents and copy images and tables from there, or to another database, Excel CSV files. The possibilities are endless. It's a bit different with Tableau because using the cloud version allows you to export your reports and dashboards in two ways. Number one, export to Tableau Online, where you could set up special viewing permissions for your customers and retain the visuals interactivity. Number two, export a static image of your visuals to a PowerPoint presentation, like I did for this project. It is now time to dig into the sample data analysis I've performed on the dataset. Please click over to slide 7. The first step in the analysis is data cleansing to prepare the raw data for import to the analysis tool we're using. After the data is cleaned, it will be imported into Tableau and SAS for analysis. If the dataset was imported without cleaning, every variable would be assigned a character data type in SAS, so we have to fix that. The ratings and review columns were assigned a numeric data type, so was the size column. That was also converted to megabytes. Special characters were removed from the installs column. The price column was converted to currency, and the last updated column was converted to a date data type. And lastly, one record was deleted entirely because the data did not match the columns. Now that we're done with housekeeping, let's move on to the next slide. On the left, there is a breakdown of the variables in the dataset that appears after you import it into SAS. On the right half of the screen, I've created a visual in Tableau that displays the number of records by category. This information gives us a nice summary of the sample data. Next slide. Here we're going a little bit more in depth by taking a look at the top 10 most installed apps by category. Although the sample dataset has the largest number of family category apps, an analysis of the most popular apps by the number of installs paints a different picture. The family category dropped down to 6th place. The most popular categories, based on the number of installations, are games, communication, and productivity. If we dive into the raw data, it looks like Subway Surfers is the most popular game in this data set. For communication, we have WhatsApp, Google Hangouts, and Skype. And for productivity, the most popular app by far is Google Drive. Interesting. Next slide, please. In the next 2 slides, we'll take a closer look at app ratings. After all, nothing is perfect for everyone, so while it may not be practical to expect a perfect 5-star rating from all your app users, this analysis will help you find that sweet spot to maintain your competitive edge in the App Store. I ran a descriptive summary statistics in SAS and found that the overall average rating of sample apps is 4.2. Not bad. When we break it down further, we see that the median of ratings for the top 10 are between 4.2 and 4.4. The averages for the most popular apps are between 4.1 and 4.3. On the next slide, I have a box and whiskers plot that displays these results very nicely. Apps developed by ABC Group should aim for an average rating between 4.0 and 4.5 to stay competitive within its category. Let's move on to app sizes. Please click to slide 12. Here, I'm displaying the results of a one-way ANOVA test performed in SAS. This test compares the variances of app sizes of all categories in our sample data set. The game category takes the cake. It has apps that are the largest size, between 20 and 60 megabytes. All other categories are generally between 5 and 25 megabytes. The overall average size is 22.9 megabytes. Here's the takeaway. Consumers generally expect their games to be heftier than other apps. But all other categories of apps should be lightweight and take up less space on the consumer's device. I'd also like to take a moment to appreciate the technical detail of the visual provided by SAS. As you can see, it's a bit messy compared to the box and whiskers plot created in Tableau, which is displayed on the previous slide. Which would you prefer to show your clients? Next slide. We've come to the conclusion of our project. Let's review on slide 14. The analysis of the sample Google Play Store data demonstrates the power of SAS's complex statistical and analytical power, as well as Tableau's ability to translate data into easily digestible visuals. ABC Group needs an enterprise-scale analytical tool, and SAS fits the bill. You also need a visualization tool to present data to clients and end users. That's where Tableau can really make a difference. The visualizations in SAS are technical in nature, so to bridge the gap between those who are technically minded and the business professionals, using these tools in tandem will provide the most robust business intelligence solution. And finally, please click over to the next slide to go over our analytical findings. With thousands of Android mobile apps flooding the market, analyzing your competitors is especially important to finding the right balance in application category, size, branding, and ratings. We have discovered the top 10 most installed app categories. We've also found the ratings range we should expect and hope for. Our average ratings should be between 4.0 and 4.5. Our median should be between 4.2 and 4.4. If we find our app's ratings between these ranges, we can expect to stay competitive in the market. And lastly, we've discovered the ideal range for app sizes based on category. Games take up more space with an average size between 20 and 60 megabytes, and all other categories are more compact, ranging between 5 and 25 megabytes. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey of statistical and analytical discovery. These tools are exactly what ABC Group needs to research the mobile application market and stay competitive in their niche. This has been Alisa, and I'm signing off. Have a great day.